I know that when a guy hears about men's work,
Hmm.
when he hears about a men's circle, he has some ideas about that, you
Hmm.
know. And my sense is that those ideas are probably not accurate
Yeah, not
when it comes to
reflective.
the way that the Rising Kings work. So I'm curious if you can speak a little to like to how we do.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, man. One thing I appreciate about the spaces we've held together is they're not all up here. You know what I mean? I think a lot of, maybe this is shifting around the world when it comes to men's work, but I know right here in our backyard, yeah, we're not leading with this, right? Like, we're using that, right, for
Mm-hmm.
sure. But what I appreciate is we're getting in our bodies, right, and we inquire about what's in there. You know what I mean? We inquire about, oh, why am I holding myself this way, or when I breathe this way, what energy comes up? Oh, where's that coming from, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I appreciate we have this holistic kind of approach, to where the mind, body, heart, soul are all honored, and not just through conversation, but through movement and sound, and getting in that primal energy,
Yes.
pushing on each other a
Yes.
little bit,
Yes. Yeah.
and I mean it's powerful. How would you describe the work that we do?
Bro, I really appreciate the way you articulated that, and I think it's about embodying this shit.
Right.
So many of us know that we know what we're supposed to know about what we're supposed to do or something, but there's a path to embodying that on a cellular level, the cellular knowing of who you are, of why you're here, and of what your role is in this moment, whatever this moment is. Like when you know these things, who am I? Why am I here? And I have a choice right in front of me, and what's my clear yes and no? Then there's power in that. We can start really making some radical changes in our lives, or amplifying the things in our lives that we want. But that's embodying it, and most men are so trapped in their minds thinking about it, virtually looking at other guys talking about it or doing it.
Right.
But when we get together, we get physical. Even when we're in a virtual space and we've got guys all over the world in their own room somewhere, we're going to get physical. We're going to use our breath. We're going to use our voice. We're going to use our body to call upon the energies that we want, both the like divine soul energies that we want, and the primal raw earth energy that we're here to be a harmonization of in our lives, because it is that harmony and that balance that allows me in my life to be the most effective leader, to be the most clear and precise in my choices, and to be the most loving agent of transformation that I can be.
Absolutely, brother. Come on, man. Yeah, it's the balance of like crown on, crown down. We have that download from the divine, the revelation, the crown down, and then the ground up, right? And like getting our feet on the ground, and everything that we've cultivated, wisdom wise, or in our intellect, we've been able to ground it into our nervous system and carry it in our body, carry it in our mana, right? And build something with that, right? As opposed to just like, being a robot, right? And there's a lot of conditioning out there in the world, robotic living, and we're breaking those neural pathways down, right? And opening up new ones for that information, that wisdom, those gifts to come through.
And a big part of redesigning those neural pathways is redesigning the way you move in the world, because we get stuck in movement patterns that are mechanical and not even functional from like a body integrity perspective or a movement perspective. And so a lot of what we do is not want. We're not about want anymore. We've talked enough about this shit. We're here to experiment with ways to move, ways to stand, ways to breathe, ways to sound, and ways to feel. like ways to bring our attention into the body and feel what's happening in here at a pre-verbal and non-verbal level. Because the deepest healing that all of us need, some of our deepest traumas, some of the things that are most persistently preventing us from actualizing our dreams are things that were patterned into us before we had language. And so that's the language of the body that we emphasize in the Rising Kings movement. And we're super excited to give you a taste of it. And so we hope that you'll come out and join one of our global council calls. We never charge anybody for these calls. This is our offering. This is our dharma. This is our passion to bring men together in this way. So we hope that you'll come onto one of these calls soon for a couple hours and get physical, get emotional, get real, get honest with us, with yourself, and with your brothers.
Where it's at.
Yeah.
It's time.
See you soon, King.
Yeah. Aloha.